This is the 5th video in the How to Be a Yo-Yo Champion series. In this video, we're going to go over some of the first actions to take when making your routine for contests. Then, we'll go into detail describing some practice techniques you can use to get ready to slay the competition. When first building a routine, make sure to write all of your tricks down. You can think of this as a paint palette of your tricks. As you structure and restructure your routine, it will be much easier to swap tricks in and out if they're all written down in one place. Also, make sure to map out your space use so you can remember where you'll be on the stage during each part of your routine. Finding your music and starting preparation as early as possible is crucial as well. This way, you'll have time to practice a solid approach and consider all aspects of building a routine that we have discussed in the previous videos of this series. Putting off your preparation until a week before the contest will not allow you to build a well-balanced routine. World-winning routines take often 6 to 12 months to prepare, and these are by well-seasoned players. For your first routine, it's never too early to start putting things together yourself. As you practice more, be sure you don't burn yourself out. It's important to remember to maintain a good life balance. If you drain yourself too much and get into an unhealthy mood or mindset, your practice will not be nearly as efficient. Something I pay attention to is if I'm not enjoying my practice, it may mean I'm overdoing it. When this starts to happen, I'll take a break and do something else. When looking to build consistency, more days is more valuable than practicing for more hours in a small amount of time. You can think of it like brushing your teeth. If you brush your teeth once a week for 28 minutes, it won't be nearly as beneficial as brushing your teeth twice a day for 2 minutes each time. Another thing to consider is studies have shown that practicing in about 30-minute increments is more effective than practicing for hours at a time. This works because you avoid the fatigue that sets in when you practice for hours. This also shows it's important to take breaks as you practice. When it gets closer to contest time and your routine is already finalized, you can try doing your routine 9 to 10 times within this 30-minute span to maximize your potential to benefit from your practice session. Between practicing sessions, a break of 20 to 30 minutes is usually ideal. You might think it's good to stay up late at night and practice your tricks for thousands of times, but actually, getting a proper amount of sleep is crucial, and you should usually prioritize that over an extra hour or two of practice. Because while you're sleeping, your body allows the new skills and habits you've been practicing to set in. For example, while you're practicing your routine, you may not notice any improvement in consistency that day, but you will likely notice the improvement the next morning. Once the routine is built and the tricks are practiced to the point of consistency, I like to practice as if I'm on stage at the contest. This means running through the routine completely without stopping. It may be tempting to start over if you mess up, but because obviously you can't do this on stage, it's good to practice getting through these mess ups. Also, set up your backup yo-yos the same way you would when you're at the contest. I recommend setting them in a place on the stage where you will not be performing, so you don't accidentally kick them during your routine. Of course, you'll want to set up the slip knot to be open and ready to go in case you need to change yo-yos. Use the same products that you'll be using on stage, practice all aspects of your routine, all the movements, etc. A lot of the time, it's necessary to practice in a spacious area so you have somewhere close to the same amount of space you will when you're on stage at the contest. Try to have sessions of practice where you're listening to the music through external speakers instead of just your headphones. All of these things can make your practice seem a lot more realistic. Another thing to try is practicing your routine in front of people. The more times you do your routine in front of an audience, the better. One method of practicing your consistency with tricks is what I like to call the 10 method. When practicing this way, pick one of your tricks and try your best to perform it flawlessly. If you hit the trick absolutely perfect, count 1. Perform the trick until you're able to do it flawlessly 10 times in a row. If you make even the smallest mistake like a missed bind, a string miss, or even a loss of control of the yo-yo like hitting your hand, start back over at 1. When you're first trying to hit a trick 10 times in a row flawlessly, it can feel brutally difficult, but once you're able to pull the trick off 10 times, it should be stage ready. Everything I've talked about here shouldn't be taken as the only way to practice. These are just some methods that have worked for me and for other world champions. Finding what works for you is part of the process of practicing, so hopefully I've given you a good place to start. In all of these things, balance is crucial. Finding a balance between good health, rest, and practice will not only help you improve faster, but it will make practicing for a yo-yo contest much more enjoyable overall.